What's up? So Michael Bublé released a Christmas music video on November fucking 1st for White Christmas, and now it's snowing outside. And I just want to say, curse you, Christmas King. The introduction has nothing to do with today's topic. Today we're going to talk about my favorite Disney movie, which I'm stoked to talk about. I'm also stoked for a swivel chair. I'm also stoked for my chameleons. I don't know if you guys saw, but there is this job posting where you can get paid like $1,000 to watch Disney movies, and like that's what I do anyway. I just don't get paid for it, so I thought, let's apply. I like money, but even without the money, I just like watching Disney movies, so I'm down. How do I sign up? Here we are. Let's do this. My favorite Disney movie is The Lion King. Hands down. Pause down. Pause down. Okay, it's gonna be so many puns. So many puns. So many puns. For a hot second, I was like, what if I just send them my review of the live action Disney Lion King? Because that's like the one that just came out and I was pretty fucking proud of that review. But then I was like, you know what? I want to kind of redo that, but with like an emphasis on the original, but still like tying in the live action. It's gonna work out great. I'm really stoked. I haven't like scripted it, but I know what I'm gonna talk about. So what I want to present you with is why I think The Lion King is bomb as fuck for different reasons. The originality. Let's do that again. 1, the originality. Give me a minute to explain myself. 2, the villain. And 3, the music. So, here we go. Walt Disney Animation is known for taking stories and kind of redoing them, putting a twist on them, bringing them to life the way you never thought was possible. They've been doing this from the beginning. Snow White was the very first animated movie with full color, full sound. I mean, everything. It was groundbreaking. Nobody thought it was gonna work. It was called Disney's Folly for a reason, and then it ended up like proving everyone wrong. I don't know what to do with my hair today. The thing that makes The Lion King so dope is that they're all lions, right? It's not an original story, right? It's based off Shakespeare's Hamlet, and you could say maybe a little bit of Kimba, the white lion, but it's Hamlet with all lions. You would think, how can you sell a lion? Like, that's crazy. Like, how can you make me love a pack of lions, a pride of lions? Sorry, let's use the right terminology here. That was where Disney set the twist here. This was like the first Disney movie in many years that featured a cast of animals. The Little Mermaid that sparked the Renaissance, and then you have Beauty and the Beast, you had Aladdin. Those are all human characters. Pocahontas was slated to come out as well, and that was human characters. Of course, they had animal sidekicks, but you didn't have a movie with just animals in a hot minute. The thing about The Lion King was that they were all lions. There's no human characters to connect with, and yet we still feel the same emotions that we feel with each other, right? You cry when Mufasa dies. Who doesn't? If you don't cry when Mufasa dies, you ain't human, okay? So you can get out. It feels such victory when Simba climbs the rock and you hear Pride Rock happening. I'm going to talk about that later with the music. You feel some good vibes during Hakuna Matata, and of course you feel some sliminess with Scar, which we're going to talk about the villain. You feel all these emotions, but they're talking lions. And that's where the original is far superior to this remake. The remake, the animals have no emotions. You're watching this entire movie like a Disney wildlife documentary, but there's dialogue. It's like my chameleons. They are the most emotionless animals ever. You have these lions in the new live action remake. It's CGI, let's be honest. They're super hyper-realistic, which is impressive on its own, but they have no emotion. Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia that came out like 10 years ago, he's got more emotion than the lions in The Lion King that came out this year. Like, the original is far superior because you feel all the emotions that you would with a human character, but they're all four-legged animals. Completely not human. And it was the first time in many, many years that Disney had done that they had kind of decided to break the norm of human characters and try an animal movie. And now, the villain. Woo. I am the kind of person who actually prefers villains to heroes, because villains are just, you know, I think what appeals to me about villains is that they get it. They see the hero and they're like, you don't even know how much life sucks yet. Like, you're just off in your little happy-go-lucky world, and let me tell you, things don't always go to plan. You're just bitter, and I'm a bitter person. So I think I'm always related to them because I've always been like, they get it, they get it. The thing about Scar in The Lion King is he is just so slimy and I love him. He's not my favorite Disney villain, shocker. I think Scar is high up on my list because of how dope he is. Let me explain. He is definitely one of the better villains because Scar actually sees his plans come to fruition. One of the few Disney villains who does, maybe the only one. I'm blanking right now because I'm obviously a little biased in this review, but I'm pretty sure he's like the only one who actually sees his plans work. With Scar, you know, he's like super slimy because he doesn't get his paws dirty, right? He's got the hyenas. Now, all the villains in these movies have sidekicks. Like, all of them. That's a classic villain trope. The thing with Scar is he's just like, go do it. And has no emotion. Like, so he's the one character that I'm okay with not having emotion because it just makes, it's such a contrast. You've got Scar, who's already super outcasted in terms of design. One, he's this outcast, but two, he's outcasted emotionally because he hardly feels any emotion except I need this revenge, right? And it's not even really revenge. I just want to be king because I'm tired of not being king. It works. He literally, like, weasels his way into Simba's trust, because he's his uncle, so of course he would, and then literally has no qualms and no fears and no worries and no emotion about killing his own nephew. Literally tells the hyenas we're gonna kill him and Simba too. Like, it's not even a big deal. Like, whatever, get over it. Here we go. You should have already done it for me. I sent them to you to be your dinner. He has no empathy and nothing, and that is, I love villains like that. It just makes them so slimy. You're just like, oh my gosh, how do you function? Like, how do you not feel anything? The thing I love about Scar is that he's just so detached, so outcasted, and yet he succeeds. He wins. He thinks he kills Simba. He definitely kills Mufasa. Simba runs away, so he's not really a threat, and he becomes king, and he rules the Pride Lands. Sure, he ends up destructing them, and then ends up getting foiled in his plans, but he won for 2/3 of the movie. He is the cause of the most traumatic Disney death. Maybe tied with Bambi's mom. I don't know. They're both pretty high up. Oh wait, hold on. Todd's mom in The Fox and the Hound, and then Todd going away, that's really traumatic. Okay, maybe it's like a three-way tie. I'm just saying. First, you got a movie that did something that hadn't been done in several years, went back to the characters of animals, but gave them human emotions. You feel everything they feel, much better than the live action one. And you've got a villain who's super detached, super outcasted, which makes him very slimy, and yet he wins. When we come to our third point, which is the music. Now, I am a huge Hans Zimmer fan. Don't even get me, I could do a whole video about that. I think he created one of the most iconic soundtracks to this movie. You can have a great story, you can have a great character design, you can have a great entire movie, but without a soundtrack to back that up, it can be missing a lot, right? I mean, take a look at the silent films. They had soundtracks because that was the emotion. Without that soundtrack, you didn't hear anything, you were just reading things, you were seeing things, and you could feel off their performance, but the soundtrack really added that oomph. The soundtrack is basically telling you how to feel. And I'm not upset about that because when it's done right, you don't even notice it. I mean, the Lion King soundtrack, I can listen to that without the movie and know exactly what's happening. I see the movie in my head. One, because I'm hella obsessed, and two, because it's that good of a soundtrack. You know what's happening hearing it. You're like, this is that part. Especially when you get to the King of Pride Rock, you hear that music and you're like, this is when he goes up the rock, you feel the tears, you get to this stampede, you think about the Mufasa dying, and you're already like grabbing a box of tissues. The soundtrack is so critical to this movie. Hans Zimmer is a musical god. It was kind of a ramble, but basically my point was that The Lion King is a really, really great Disney movie. My favorite because of the characters and how even though they're animals, have these human emotions and you connect with them. They remember their animals because you're just feeling the same things. With Simba, you're feeling that journey of self-discovery and realizing who you truly are. Then you've got the villain who actually succeeds. He's so slimy that you feel good rooting for him, but at the same time you're like, oof. And three, you've got a soundtrack that literally carries the movie. Without it, it just wouldn't be the the same. Whole package. That's why it did so well. You know, Pocahontas was supposed to be Project A at the time, and Lion King was only Project B. Lion King blew Pocahontas out of the water. And he put so much money into Pocahontas, thinking it was going to be the #1 movie. It was The Lion King. Like, it was a surprise to them. It is known around the world, still impactful today. I mean, the people who went to see the live action remake, they were all saying, I don't want to see Mufasa die again, because that scene is so iconic. And The Circle of Life, that just opening song, you're just getting chills, man. Like, it's my favorite. So yeah, that entire movie, it is like the perfect movie to watch, just for any occasion. You want to cry, you want to laugh, you want to have a good night? The Lion King. If I were to be able to review Disney movies, I would just do it because I love Disney movies. So that's why I want to be the reviewer for Disney Plus. I am so excited for that. I literally canceled my Netflix subscription for Disney Plus because I am stoked. I only got Netflix for Disney, so I gotta go. My battery is about to die. I will see you guys next time. Tell me what you think. Do you like The Lion King? Do you hate it? Do you agree with my points? What's your favorite Disney movie? Tell me in the comments below and let's have a conversation. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.